Still, if you think that's depressing, it's not a patch on another big traditional Christmas afternoon watch.
Christmas in Eastenders is traditionally the single most dispiriting broadcast of the year, an alternative gloomiverse in which even the simplest bit of festive cheer is only allowed to exist for a few seconds before misery knocks on the door. It's not as if they don't try to be cheerful. I mean, the residents of Albert Square do enjoy all the usual Yuletide things, like the feel-good bonhomie of a traditional Christmas dinner, the heartwarming exchange of carefully selected gifts.
This, my sweet, is a letter from my solicitor.
Sincerely spreading goodwill to all the neighbours.
Happy Christmas. And to you.
And of course letting their hair down with a good old-fashioned rollicking Yuletide sing-song.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Throughout the square's history, the Mitchell brothers have been at the epicentre of most of the dreadful moments, a bit like the ghosts of Christmas shit. There's Grant, who always vaguely resembles a testicle bobbing in a bathtub, and Phil, who's a sort of dark, misanthropic anti-Santa. You can always rely on them to prance around the square like jolly little helpers, handing out jocular Yuletide banter.
If you look into the Black Mass, the next one's at 6 o'clock up on the allotments.
This isn't funny.
And heartfelt declarations of love.
You make me sick.
He was physically turning into Nookie Bear there. The biggest Christmas dinner always takes place at the Vic, which isn't exactly a gastronomical Eden. Not that it matters, no one gets to ingest so much as a sprout. They're too busy skillfully arranging a year's worth of arguments into one sustained symphony of bellowing, like they're the National Orchestra of Shoutland or something.
I need a top hat.
I told you.
Mum, so I can handle this.
I don't leave this.
That's my grandchild you're carrying.
Mum.
That is right.
Oh, don't you start.
Oh, no.
Do you mind? That's my wife you're talking to.
Satisfied?
What have I done?
You shouldn't have been so idiotic.
Oh, rubbish, just having a laugh.
Actually, I
that's
don't
all.
know what I'm doing here.
Tiffany.
And I don't need any advice from you either.
Mum, make them stop.
Oh, hello,
please.
time for the big injection.
Look, why don't you shut it?
Phil, you're out of order.
Oh, what, have I touched a nerve, have I?
Shut up!
With so many Christmas vendettas running at once, it's hard to keep track, and one year, Peggy actually started a fight with her own reflection. Oh, look, she's worked it out.
One of the most harrowing Christmas incidents occurred in the year 2000 when Phil Mitchell seduced TV's Tamsin Outhwaite.
Oh, God, this is like specialist Amsterdam warthog porn.
They didn't even spare us the pleasure of witnessing the couple's post-coital joy in all its cuddlesome glory.
We wanted it, so we did it.
I didn't.
Really? You could have fooled me.
Phil, what has got into you?
We all know what got into you about a gallon of balding mechanics spunk.
Yeah, and you loved it, didn't you?
Still, it's not all doom and gloom. There was one tender moment in 2003 when Sonia appeared to grant Jamie one final Christmas wish by sucking him off on his deathbed. Bet you a tenner he's thinking of someone else. Anyway, Eastenders isn't just torturing characters in the name of festive ratings. No, it's confronting important issues.
Take little Mo's appalling treatment at the hands of a satanic overlord called Trevor, which for reasons beyond the realm of normal human understanding was recently voted one of the British public's favourite Christmas TV moments. It's the kind of horror that could only be interpreted by one of the sharpest minds in the country.
When it comes, it's such tragedy because it's heading Christmas dinner, so it's the wickedest thing he could do.
Oh, I don't know, Tina, it looks like he put the effort into the roast potatoes.
You're not hungry?
This wasn't just a cheap holiday in other people's misery, it was opening all our eyes, yeah?
It was pretty grim Christmas telly viewing, but at the same time, there's a lot of that going on in Britain, and it was an important message to get across.
If you've got to do negative issues, what about diarrhea? I mean, there's a lot of that around on Christmas Day, and there's never been a special in which Ian suddenly shits himself in the middle of a game of Pass the Parcel. Unless that's coming up this year.
Christmas is cancelled.
Anyway, abuse, breakdowns and divorce aren't the only social dilemmas explored by Eastenders. In 2004, they fearlessly confronted the widespread problem of spontaneous musical numbers.
Was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank? No man said to me, won't see another one. So happy Christmas, you, baby. Can't see a better time when all our dreams came true.
Eastenders' Christmas party was precisely the sort of thing that could only be viewed through a haze of alcohol and mince pies, a nightmare of ghoulish obscenity in which one song after another was horrifically murdered right before our very eyes.
They've got cars big as bars, they've got rivers of gold, but the wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me.
This, my friends, is the death of music itself. Merry Christmas.
Santa Claus is coming to town.